If you are a high achieving woman who is successful in her career, but feeling exhausted in your love life, if love still feels like a confusing emotional obstacle course, even after all of the therapy, books, and healing work, then you are in the right place. Most women like you have been told that love comes after the glow up. That if you just fix a few more wounds or become less intense, that you will get the right man. So you overfunction, overthink, overdeliver so that you can prove that you are worthy of being chosen. But here's the truth that no one is saying: you are not too much. Your nervous system is just calibrated to call chaos chemistry, to call intensity intimacy. Until you rewire what feels familiar, you will continue to attract people who activate your survival patterns, not your soul. I've helped high-performing women, including myself, go from anxious, burnt out, and never the chosen one to being deeply seen, held, and loved. Mind you, without another 5 years of therapy. This works, and it works fast because it works with your body. Now, in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the 3 biggest nervous system patterns blocking high-achieving women from attracting the emotionally safe love that they desire, and the exact shifts to start feeling safe, soft, and chosen. So let's get right into it. Overfunctioning for love. This is also known as the "I'll just handle it myself" spiral. You become the planner, the initiator, the therapist, the emotional manager, and the logistics queen. You operate like a single mom in your relationship, holding it all together while receiving breadcrumbs. Now, this comes from being stuck in hyperarousal, which also means fight or flight. In this case, this is more of the fight response. Your body learned that doing equals deserving. The more that you do, the more you are proving you are worthy. During childhood, you probably felt that love was conditional, or it was also unpredictable. So overfunctioning is actually a safety mechanism. And an example of this is if you had an unpredictable parent and you weren't sure if they were going to be a loving parent or an angry parent at the time, you are going to perform or do things in order to receive breadcrumbs. You may have been told that you had such an old soul and that you were such a well-mannered child. And now this is something that you are really capable and calibrated for in relationships, which sounds like a great thing, right? But what happens is you start to attract emotionally unavailable partners who are still going to give you just breadcrumbs while you overthink, overgive, and over-deliver. Many high-achieving women want to have all of that pressure taken off of their shoulders because that's how they show up in their career, which is incredible. But when you are in a relationship, they want to feel provided for and taken care of, really feel led. So when you are calibrated to attract emotionally unavailable partners, these partners are going to be passive and they're going to be avoidant. And you may feel safest when you are managing everything. You feel anxious when you're not doing enough, which then causes you to burn out emotionally. And you're constantly in this fix-it loop of needing to fix yourself or the relationship in order to feel that connection. How to soothe this specific pattern is connecting back into your body. So let's go ahead and do an exercise called the belly and heart hold. You're going to place your left hand over your heart and your right hand on your belly. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 1, 2. Exhale for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. This is going to calm the fight response and bring you back into your body. So it's going to create some connection back to yourself. Now, if you're feeling extremely anxious and wired, this is another great opportunity to notice what your body is trying to share with you. In doing this, you are creating internal safety. And when you feel safe in your body, you are going to feel safer to receive. And when you feel safer to receive, you aren't going to perform. Use this technique when you feel like you need to check in if you feel like you need to fix the silence, or if you feel like you need to initiate again. An integration prompt here is, where did I learn that love had to be earned? And what would it feel like just to receive it? When I see this pattern with my clients, we often start with this exact step. And this is going to be laid out in the High Achieving Woman's Guide for Receiving Love, which is located down in the description below. And pattern number 2 is going to be you confusing chemistry for anxiety. You may feel a spark, a pull, an addictive rush, and sometimes mistake that for soul connection. You get addicted to that high of the connection you're feeling, and then spiral the second that it pulls away, which then triggers a spiral of you analyzing texts and looking for signs like a forensic detective. And this is rooted in trauma bonding. Your nervous system was calibrated to believe that love is unpredictable. Calm feels unfamiliar and unsafe, while chaos feels like home. This is when we call anxiety butterflies. Emotionally available men feel boring and sometimes clingy, which then causes you to obsess over mixed signals, hot, cold, uncertainty, and silence. You feel more alive in the chase than the connection. This is still going to be a pattern in hyperarousal, again, fight or flight. So the somatic tool that I recommend is butterfly taps, which you probably have seen all over the internet, but let's go ahead and try it anyway. You can do it 2 different ways. You can literally create a butterfly like this, or just put your arms crossed onto your shoulders. And then you're going to just lightly tap left to right on your shoulders. Using the same breath, breathe in for 4. Hold for 2, and exhale for 6. And this tool, again, is really good for when you're feeling like you need to fix things, if you're spiraling, and if you feel like you have to chase. I recommend doing this for at least 2 minutes. If you're still feeling overwhelmed and anxious, start with screaming into a pillow, throwing pillows, punching pillows, pushing against the wall, and then moving into butterfly taps to regulate yourself back into your body. An integration prompt here would be, what does my body think love feels like? And a bonus question on that is, who taught me that? And the last pattern is shrinking to be chosen. You dim your light, you soften your voice, you water yourself down. And this can even show up within your career so that you're not being told that you're a bitch. This is your vibrancy, your illuminated self. This is actually going to be the part of you that attracts or magnetizes the correct man that is specifically made for you. When you catch yourself saying, oh, I'm just easygoing, I just go with the flow, but you're secretly starving for connection and love, that's going to disconnect you from all of the people that will actually love you for you. This is our fear of abandonment. This is when the nervous system feels like, if I show my true self, I am going to be abandoned. You equated being low maintenance to being loved. This typically shows up with you downplaying your truth, not sharing your success, having a difficult time celebrating your wins, and showing up with this vibrancy of you. Not to forget that you also have a difficult time sharing what you actually need, because you want to be so low maintenance that everybody accepts you. But what ends up happening is you feel resentful because they don't accept who you truly are, even though you're not showing them who you truly are. And this is a huge reason why you attract emotionally dependent men, where you feel like you have to mother them. You stay agreeable and digestible, but deeply you're unfulfilled. So today we're going to go ahead and clear up the I'm too much wound. And I want you to save this video and come back and do this for the next 7 days. We're going to be doing emotional freedom technique, and this is going to rewire that I'm too much wound. So just follow and repeat after me at your karate chop point. Even though I'm afraid my truth will make someone leave, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid my truth will make someone leave, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid my truth will make someone leave, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Moving to the eyebrow point. I am scared to be honest. Side of eye. What if I'm too much? Under eye. What if they can't hold all of me? Under nose. What if I get left again for being real? Under chin. I've been shrinking to stay safe. Collarbone. I always read the room before I speak. Underarm. I learned early that softness was not safe. Top of head. I'm tired of hiding my truth just to stay loved. Eyebrow point. Maybe it's safe to take up space. Side of eye. What if my truth is allowed here? Under eye. What if I can be honest and still be held? Under nose. I don't have to twist myself into something smaller. Chin. It's okay to speak, even if my voice shakes. Collarbone. My body is learning how to stay present with truth. Underarm. I'm not doing anything wrong by being real. Top of head. It's safe to be seen even when I'm not edited. Last round, eyebrow point. My truth is sacred. Side of eye. I'm allowed to speak without apologizing. Under eye. I am not too much. I am powerful. Under nose. I trust myself to be fully expressed. Chin. I don't need to shrink to be loved. Collarbone. The right people can hold all of me. Underarm. I am safe to be who I truly am. Top of head. I say it anyway and stay with myself. Now go ahead and place both hands onto your heart and repeat. I choose my truth. I choose my safety. I choose me. You should already feel a lot less overwhelmed deeply in your body and starting to feel this already resonate within your nervous system. An integration prompt for this would be, if I stopped worrying about being liked, what would I finally say? And here's the bottom line. These are not personality flaws. You are not broken. You do not need fixing. These are survival adaptations, coping mechanisms that you created in order to survive childhood. And that does not mean that you had a terrible childhood. That just means that you had food, shelter, water, sometimes entertainment, but your emotional needs were not met by your parent, which then caused you to accept emotionally unavailable partners. You're used to overfunctioning, chasing chaos, and shrinking to survive. And these are not who you are. You may be even saying, Jenna, I don't know who I am. And that's perfect, because we are going to work on finding that specific you that you desire to be. You can learn to stay present. You can learn to soften, and you are capable of receiving love. So make sure, swing down below, grab the High Achieving Woman's Guide to Receiving Love. Get started today, and be on the lookout for the next video where we will cover how to let go of control in love without losing yourself.